Hey folks, I'm Marcel back again with the Pulse. Now I mention NMN quite often on this channel, but I also happen to mention that I take 16 different supplements. And oftentimes I get comments like I did just yesterday asking me to detail the 16 supplements I take. I've done this in videos in the past, but I don't think I've ever done it concise enough, all in one video, to share it with everybody and to have something that I could link to and share a link to. So I want to do that today. I'm going to go in detail. I added these one at a time, all of them except for the multivitamin I get from Do Not Age. I trust them. I've had great results with them, and I've slowly added to these over the last 3 years. Now, other people like Jerry Wills, who has a big podcast, he took on my protocol and had immediate results, and he just went all in. He dove in head first. I don't always recommend that, but some people do that and also get great results. Personally, I'm going to turn 60 years old this year. I'm very proud of how I feel, and I think I look pretty decent. Now, I lost some weight as part of all of this health routine and health renaissance that I've undergone, and the supplements have played a big role in my ability to recover from sports specifically, and also boosted my energy, which has empowered me to go out and do a lot more, hence lost weight, hence a little bit of extra skin here. But other than that, I think, like myself, like I pretty much always have, just little signs of aging. But certainly I look at other people that are 60 years old, because I play tennis all the time with people my age group, and they always say, how old are you? I walk out on the court, they go, how old are you? So I'm proud. Forgive me if I'm bragging a bit, but I'm just proud of it, and it's what I do on this channel. I share my story with you. Without further ado, in the morning, I do take collagen with my coffee. I take 10 grams of collagen. Sometimes I add another scoop of 5 to 10 grams in the afternoon. Now, that depends on how active I am during that period of time. I tend to say, hey, exercise a lot. The more supplements you're going to take, the more you should exercise, because you can metabolize these things a lot better. There's a lot of research out there that suggests this, and it just helps get it through your body and get it through your system and derive any benefits you can. I personally feel a bit bogged down when I take my full stack and don't do anything for whatever reason, whether I'm homesick with the kids, they're home from school. I rarely get sick, but they do from time to time, so I'm at home with them and taking care of them. I don't exercise as much, sometimes during the winter, but when I'm really going full on, I will peak or max out everything that I do take and go to the limits that I do list here. But most of these I take on a regular basis, and I'll get into more detail. Sometimes I do creatine also with that coffee in the morning, and I'll talk more about creatine a little bit later as well. Now, NMN, I start taking that. That's the first thing I take after the collagen. I do take 3 scoops, and I take it in powder form. You can get it in capsules, depends on what you're comfortable with. I dissolve it under my tongue, let it dissolve under my tongue. I like getting it into the mucous membrane, getting it absorbing in the mouth first and then swallow it over time. Some people just dissolve it in water. Some people just take the capsule. It's up to you. Personally, I do like taking it sublingual under the tongue. I do take 2 in the morning and 1 scoop in the afternoon. So that's a total of 1.5 grams per day. NMN has been the biggest game changer for me. Yes, I'm taking other supplements, but I got greedy. I started on this path of getting more youthful, becoming younger, I guess you can say. I got a little greedy, so I've added other things, and they've all seemed to synergize with my exercise, better diet, better sleep, and certainly reduced alcohol. I've reduced sugar to almost nil. But NMN was the big change for me, and that's why I talk about most of it, and the fact that FDA is trying to take it off the market and make it an exclusive drug, which I find to be totally corrupt politics and siding with the pharmaceutical industry over the public's best interest, and certainly that of the supplement industry, which for NMN is now $100 to $200 million a year. It's crazy how big NMN has gotten. So I do take that 3 times a day. I will say that lately, sometimes I have so much energy in the afternoons that I've been skipping that 3rd dosage. That's a new development here. And then I just take a gram. I don't know what to attribute that to. Maybe just over time, there's a buildup, there's a loading that goes on, and my NAD levels are just fine over time. But definitely, I've built up some stamina, it appears, with my NAD levels. I'm just doing great with a gram now. But most days, I do take that third one still, maybe about 2/3 of the time. I do take that third scoop, but sometimes I just feel great and I don't. I also take 2 capsules of TMG. I take one in the morning. Anytime I do 2 capsules, I like to do one in the morning, one in the evening. I have no specific reason. There are arguments to both sides. It's just how I like to do it. I like to space it out. I take TMG 1 gram total. You should match your TMG to your NMN, but again, I feel fine taking the 2 capsules, the 1 gram. I personally think it's plenty for me. It's a very healthy supplement, and it's an important supplement to take with NMN. A lot of great science and research out there on TMG, which helps manage your methyl groups, among other things. I also take CA-AKG, a calcium-delivered AKG. AKG is something that your body makes. It reduces as NMN, NAD levels reduce in your body over time. As you age, you make less AKG. So delivering it with calcium gets it into your body. There's a lot of good research on CAKG out there. I take 2 capsules a day. It's one of the supplements that I feel something after I take it. About 30 minutes after I take it, I feel kind of this nice sort of a youthful rush. I really do like it. I don't feel that from everything. Fistin, NMN, and CAKG are the 3 I feel immediately. Creatine has immediate results too, but I'll talk more about that, as I said. Now, Cert6 Activator, which is a specific seaweed extract, and it was discovered by Vera Gorbanova. I take 2 capsules a day of that, for a total of 800 milligrams. That's something I did increase over the past few months, and there's just so much overwhelming science. Matter of fact, it is so good at repairing your DNA that it's already in human clinical trials for chemotherapy recoverers, cancer patients that have done chemotherapy. They are taking Cert6, and they're seeing some really positive results so far on that. In my super yogurt, I take these right around mealtime, other than the NMN I take on an empty stomach and that first TMG and collagen earlier. But all of these are centered around a yogurt mixture that I make with oats, with pistachios, and with fresh berries. I mix in resveratrol and quercetin, 700 milligrams, which is just over. It's a really healthy scoop. The scoop that comes in, the do not age resveratrol, is 500 milligrams. I take about 700 milligrams of that. So really, like, I overfill the scoop. And then 1 capsule of quercetin, which is 400 milligrams. I do those in my super yogurt 5 times a week, 5 days a week. On the other 2 days, I take 2 capsules of Fistin, and I just don't feel the need to combine all those polyphenols at once, and I really love my Fistin days. Today's a Fistin day, and I just have all kinds of energy and stamina on those days, even more so than usual, and I love taking Fistin. But I've found that I don't need too much of it, and I don't need too little. And I think I've found a good balance. Some days I wish I probably did it 3 days a week, and maybe I'll do that at some point. But I really like taking Fistin those 2 days a week with that yogurt as well. The next thing I take right after my meal is the vitamin combination D3, K2, and magnesium, also sold by Do Not Age. By the way, you can save 10% using my code THEPULSE on all of these supplements at Do Not Age. Omega-3 I take 3 grams, 2 capsules a day. I can say 9-10 months ago, I started taking omega-3, maybe 9 months ago. There was definitely over time a big improvement in my overall well-being and health. I'm a big fan of omega-3. I feel something inherently positive every time I take it, and I've told a lot of people about omega-3, even though it's the most probably studied supplement out there. A lot of people still not taking it, and really you should consider omega-3 fish oils. These things definitely seem to have some kind of a magic to them. I do take a local store-bought multivitamin. It's a combination of C, E, and zinc. I take apigenin from Do Not Age, 250 milligrams, 1 capsule. I take hyaluronic acid, 1 capsule, 200 milligrams. And I take all those at that super yogurt time. So there's a lot of supplements before, during, and after the super yogurt. And I mostly don't eat again until the evening. If I snack in between in the afternoon, it's a cucumber, a few macadamia nuts or cashews, and I'll do a tablespoon of olive oil. But for the most part, that's it. That's the biggest concentration of supplements happens around midday. I do intermittent fast. I don't eat that super yogurt until 11 or 12 midday, and that's when I do this big batch of supplements. In the evenings, I take a Glynac, an NAC supplement from Do Not Age. I take a Sephora Boost from Do Not Age, and I'll take some of those second capsules of the ones I said that I take earlier, and that's my evening boost. I'll also get some olive oil with my salad, a super salad, if you will, that I'll make in the evenings. I always make a salad in the evening, so sometimes I get some more olive oil there. Now for creatine, I found I'm taking it about 6 months out of the year. I don't feel I always need it. It really does bulk you up. And personally, I like being a little bit on the thinner side. I don't feel the need to over bulk. I feel comfortable with some muscle tone. I'm down to medium t-shirts now, which is another breakthrough over the last couple months. I was an XL for many years. I went down to L as I started to get more fit. And then lately, the L's started to feel looser. So I definitely am happy with my overall fat content in my upper body. And I'm really comfortable in a medium t-shirt, which has been a big breakthrough as well. So creatine may tend to push me past that into the large. I like my size at a medium. So that is my regimen. I know that there's a couple amounts here that I didn't list, but I'll put the text below as I was talking about Sephora Boost. I didn't write down here the exact amounts, but you can look on the containers. You can look at donotage.org and check the amounts of all of these and certainly research them further and find out, what exactly they're doing and how they may be able to help you as well. So I hope this was helpful to some of you. Again, no need to dive in on all of them at once if you don't want, but I've heard no downsides to doing that. And by the way, speaking of comments, just yesterday, another guy, he started off at 500 milligrams. He's taken 750 milligrams of NMN, having the exact same results that I'm having. Thousands of people just through this channel have been taking NMN and added other supplements accordingly and are doing amazing. So the results are phenomenal. It's an exciting time to be aging. I definitely got my life back from all of this stuff, and it has made me greedy and hungry to do more. So I have fun. I have fun doing this routine. I have fun taking the supplements every day. You'd think it'd be a drag at some point, but definitely it hasn't been at all. It's actually been a pretty enjoyable process. So I hope that helps some of you guys, and I'll see you very soon.